Welcome back. 7 Bros Loft here. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm taking you guys to go visit one of my buddies, Shang of the Minnesota Classic one-off race. I'm also going to bring my team up there today as well and get to show you guys Shang and his one-off and his operation that he does up there. So let's go. I'm going to catch my team and then we'll hit the road. Got the birds already. Just got here onto Shang's property. Pull up on his long driveway here. And then we'll show you guys his one loft. You guys will meet Shang again. He was shot a feature of him back then on my Bayers video. And yeah, let's go say hi to Shang. Alright, got my team here. Let's go say hi to Shang. Ooh, here's the landing board. You guys been following Shang and his Minnesota Classic one-off page. It's a nice setup. Ooh. All right. What's up, Shang? Hello, hello.
Came in time. I'm just about to call the birds in.
Oh, snaps. Okay.
Well, it's only like their third time out together, so
Yeah.
might be a little harder to slow, but they'll get it.
It's okay. Well, check it out. This is the inside. Woo!
See how they do.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, good. All right, guys. So if you guys see,
Chuhu,
yes, sir, Mr. Shang here, Minnesota Classic one-off race.
famous YouTuber.
In the works.
Yeah, you know, you came. Well, Chuhu came at the right time. I'm just kind of getting my feet ready to call in the birds for the day, and see how they do.
Okay.
They just been hanging on the net.
Awesome.
Still got the net up, you know.
Yeah. So what? Since you're feeding the birds here, let's just go with the fly here.
Yeah.
What are you using for feed?
Right now I got Bayers mix, the Galaxy line. I got 50%, roughly 50% beer and 50% the Sportlight mix. That's what I'm using now. A lot of them are still like younger, you know. The protein kind of helps the younger ones kind of develop. But eventually I'll wean them off of the breeding mixture once I, want to get them going around the loft and start loft flying. But for now, this is what I'm using.
Okay.
You know, just put a little bit of baby fat in them, right?
Yes,
Get
sir.
them, healthy, so.
Yes, sir.
Keep them a little bulky.
So, guys, this is also a very great tip, and it's very useful too, because I myself, as my young birds are still in the loft, I still have breeder mix in the mix too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the babies are still growing, and Shang here is hit the spot on this one because the young ones are they're still coming in.
Yeah.
They're not you haven't let them to loft fly yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so young birds are still developing. So yes, the protein from the breeders mix still helping out the young birds grow.
Right. I think feeding. It's not a secret, but you give them what they need when it's that time of the year when you need it, right? So
Yes.
it's like I won't want to put just all straight racing mix right now when I'm trying to. Still, there's probably still weed,
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I fill these feeders up, I'll give them a call and see if they come in and go from there. In that room there, the last room there was intake birds from this week.
Intake birds, okay?
Yeah, so they're kind of just I'm just, they haven't been out yet. You know, just kind of watching them, making sure know how to eat and drink, know my call, and then I'll be pushing them. This is the last room, so this is like room 7. I'll be pushing them to like room 1, you know, once I feel comfortable that they, you know, can kind of obey or do what you want, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're just kind of hanging out for now. That was from this week. And I still got some more in the quarantine cage in the pool building.
Okay.
But I just got those today. Now I just want to make sure they get a good drink, get a good meal in them for the night. And hopefully tomorrow I will bring them and then join that group, like, or you know, back over there.
Cool. So what you got in the water? I see it's purple.
I got Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
You know, that's the Cuevas Classic drink, right?
Woo.
So I mean, right now you just, you know, obviously we don't want to medicate unless you really have to. So I think if you flood, you know, their intestine with just probiotic, you know what I mean? It's just, it helps, you know what I mean? Big believer in that, you know. Yes, I did medicate, you know, these guys out here, but you know, once they, you know, they start feeling good and they're all on the same page, you know, go back to using your probiotics, you know, your vitamins, you know, just the natural stuff, and just keeping them healthy, you know. So less meds is always the best, right?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we can't get away from that. If we have to use meds, we have to, you know.
Uh-huh.
We don't want to. You know?
Nope.
Go. Come on. Go. Come on.
All right, as Shang is taking, chasing the last 2 in, I'm gonna show you guys these guys. Munch, munch, munch. Look at them go. So Shang, I see your one loft here using wood dowels on the on the wood crates on the ground.
Yes, it's no, it saves me time cleaning, and on top of that, I don't like the young birds picking that feed, you know, when it's in the droppings, you know, so it's kind of it's a two-way thing, right? So they don't pick up feed, and it saves me time for cleaning every day. I do the purchase every day, and I, you know, before I clean that purchase, you know, you gotta observe, look at the droppings, see how they are. But I don't do it underneath the floor grates every day.
Okay.
Probably do it, you know, once every, I don't know, 2 months or 3 months or something.
Okay.
Let me get these guys in. Come up. Yeah, so all these guys, you know, these are just a feed tray, but I'll eventually, you know, I take the feeders out and I flip these trays upside down.
Okay.
But this is just, they just got done eating, so I'll clean it up later. But these are all from, you know, this is all group 1, 2, 3, and 4. I got group 5 in this other room still. They're probably next week, I'm going to start pushing them out into the aviary. And then I'll have these guys still out in the net. So.
Okay. Now, I follow you on your Facebook page. These are newer nest purchase, correct?
Yes, because I had...
Or purchase.
Yeah, I had... These rooms had my wood hood boxes in here. So I had to dismantle or take them out anyway. I took all of my boxes out. And then I actually... My first thing was I had a tea purchase. I didn't like it because the dropping was getting on the birds on the lower tiers. And I felt so bad, you know. I come out here, I'll grab a bird, I'll wash it, right? Hand wash it.
Oh.
I'm like, oh God, you know, and I'm doing it almost every day, so I didn't like it. So I tore it all down, and me and my wife have built, you know, 600 V perches, right? So I did that in like 3 days work. You know, so I had a couple of guys help me out too, but yeah, so I rebuilt the whole thing, just put V perches up. Droppings don't hit them as much at all, really. So it's birds stay cleaner. They seem to be a little bit happier, you know. Yeah. But you know, when you're doing one loft race, your setups gotta be different from club racing. Club racing, I had box purchase for my young birds. Okay. But with that, you do a lot of cleaning, right? Yeah. So with one loft, you know, less time cleaning is the goal. Obviously, we're in Minnesota. So we can't have the metal flow grates like the Southern States does. Yeah, it'd be awesome, right? Yep, it'd be awesome if I could. But we'll see. You know, I love it for my aviary. You know, I don't do anything with that. But you know, when we're in Minnesota and you have that as your whole loft, you know, we're getting sub-zero temperatures and it's still wet and the intake is still there. So yep, you got to build a loft according to your your climate, right? Yes. The state you live in. You know, yes. So.
And this whole time I've been in the loft, Shang, like I feel this constant breeze.
Yeah, you know, because you know I'm on a 10-acre land plot here, so and that's, you know, what you're filming is south, right?
Okay, this is south.
Yeah, this is south. So you know we get a lot of the southern, you know, wind, so it comes right in the loft. It doesn't really hits the bird in the face. You know, I got, I mean, these screens, right? You know, it kind of somewhat, you know, holds it back a little bit. But yeah, I had opened up all my loft, the ceilings. I used to have, you know, half my loft was solid ceilings. I took all those wood down and I just made it all screens. Right?
Oh, wow, okay.
Because, you know, now you got hundreds of birds in here. I want the best airflow. Try to eliminate that respiratory issues, because when you're in tight quarters, you know, birds, they run into respiratory issues, and
yes, sir.
I didn't want to deal with that.
Okay.
And the ridge vent, it helps out a lot.
Ooh, okay. Runs along the whole loft?
Yeah, runs around the... These are, what, 10 foot a piece, so each... This is a 60 footer. It's got 40 foot of, you know, ventilated ridge vent up there, so it helps. It helps a lot. Nice. You know, draws up the hot air, cold intake air comes in, you know, the fresh air actually comes in, and the hot air will take out the old air. So it kind of circulates itself, you know.
Nice. Yeah, this whole time I've been here, that's one thing I really like is I'm just feeling that breeze the whole time. That
and you don't want to smell pigeon, right?
Yep.
You know, I think if you don't smell it, then you know the air is moving good.
Yes.
You don't want to smell pigeons when you walk in the loft, you know.
Yeah.
And I had a couple guys say, "Hey, I don't smell any pigeons." You know, well,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Right? It's not a bad thing, you know. So, yeah. Yep.
I know your aviary out here. It's a 2 separate aviary?
Yeah, it is 2 separate aviary. I have a door in the middle of my loft, so I'm not able to connect them without, you know.
Gotcha.
Without going through, right? So this part of the aviary used to be my old-bird section.
Okay.
It was only 4 feet out. I extended another 4 feet to kind of match what I have over there for my young birds.
Ah.
So I kind of did this little upgrade. I don't know, a couple months back before I started intaking birds, right?
Okay.
So I had to get it done. Open up the aviary. Just, you know, when you get a lot of birds, you want the birds to get the sunlight, right? They like
Yes,
to sit out
sir.
there and just, you know, like to get that tan, you know.
Yep.
So.
And it's also great because you're facing south, because that's,
Yep.
you know, us up here in the northern part of the country, you know, the south is where we get the most sunlight.
Right,
Yep.
right. And you want that just to come into the loft.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I, you know, I've seen lofts that faces east and west, but I think facing south is better because that cold northern wind, we want to eliminate that coming into the loft too, right?
Correct.
You know, so south is probably ideal for us, you know.
Yeah, this is beautiful, Shang. Heck yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. What system or what clock do you use?
I'm using benzene.
Okay.
And I do using benzene live as well. You know, this year I'm sponsored by benzene. They helped me sponsor this first year, and so I'm using benzene. I do like it. I use it for club flying. It's easy to use. It's user friendly. It's a real good system. You know, I'm still learning the one loft part of it, because it's a different software, you know, different way to do things. But I'm learning as I go, and I'm getting most of it down. So you know, I mean, slowly learning it, but it's working out good. I haven't had any issues yet. You know, they're clocking in good. They're coming in. They're not skipping a beat. I'll show you guys the trapping in a bit here, but I'll have 2 more pads inside the stalls too, in case they piggyback.
Okay.
So those pads can pick up those, you know, birds that hop over each other.
Nice.
So
okay.
that way nobody's out of the money, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
you know.
So this is pretty cool.
Yeah. So right now they're just trap training, and I don't have the bobs down. I got them on. You know, I just got them corrugated, tied up. But you know, this is what I do when they first out. You know, for the first couple of days, I just keep the whole bob up.
Okay.
So they get comfortable running in and out of there.
Yep.
And then once they do get comfortable, I'll just lock it down, and then I'll lift up maybe, you know, every other bob, and I'll have like a bungee holding them up, so they don't get too spooked going through the bobs. But once they know how to do that part, then I'll just keep them all down. You know?
Okay.
So, and I was saying, you know, like on this, if I didn't have this little table here, with or without the bobs down, birds tend to kind of hesitate, like, you know, do I want to jump or do I want to fly? So I put this table here, and they were more eager, like, to come through.
Okay.
So I'll have 2 more pads on that table to catch the birds that do piggyback. So when they walk, you know, they can't miss it, right?
Right.
You know, they got just 4 pads.
Yep.
So I'll do that in a later date once I start. You know, maybe road training. You know, I'll put them on or something. You know?
Okay.
So, but it seems to be working now. But I just want to take little precautions. You know?
Yes. That's nice. Ooh.
Big landing board. You know, I got repainted.
All good.
Yeah. Different kind of paint. Cause that paint, I don't know, is peeling. I might just spray paint or something. As you can see, I had what 270 birds in here, and I let them use the whole loft, right? I don't close off sections. Even if, let's say later on, you miss birds or whatever, I'll still have the whole loft open. Because some birds are attached to a certain perch or a certain room or whatever, right? So yeah. I still want to keep the whole loft accessible for all the birds. But this room is empty. I will probably put the next group either in this room. From that room, I'll probably put them down here and then start pushing them out the aviary. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this room is, this room is storage right now, but this is gonna be my loading room. I'm gonna chase the birds into this room, and then I can show you. I wish I had a better system, but
you're still learning.
Yeah, I got these boards here. They slide up.
Oh, okay.
I'll put my crate here. Then I'll just chase them in, right? These two side here, I'll chase the birds into the crate, and I gotta bring the crate and then put it on the trailer.
Okay.
I mean, it'd be nice to have something like what people are doing nowadays, have a chute and just
go down
shoot them out, right?
Yeah.
But I don't, I don't have a trailer to have that set up yet, and until then, it's in the books where I want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Not now. This year with what I have, this is what I got to deal with, and I think it'll work fine.
Okay.
It'll take a little time, but it'll work. I did have perches in here too, but I was like, if I have perches in here and I'm chasing the birds in here to load them up, they're gonna be perching, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want no perch. I just want to come in here. They're all on the ground, and then you just walk them in. So before road training starts, maybe like 3 weeks before road training start, I'm gonna have to start getting used to that, right? Chase him in the crate. Even in the crate, I'll just put him out in the yard in the crate half a day or something, and then let him out from there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hey, you got a plan already. Nice. These are just your light switches?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're all like that those programmable lights.
Okay.
When I was flying club, if I'm away from home and they're on the dark system, the lights shuts off, and then my wife will come and close the shades or whatever for me. But yeah, these are all my lights for each room.
Nice. That's beautiful. All right, Shane, I brought my team.
All right,
show me how you process things.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so we're here in Shane's pole barn, where he runs and takes in young birds.
Yep. So normally when I get a bird, obviously you want to make sure they're healthy, and I normally just, if they send me a list, the entry form, I just kind of double check the band number, make sure everything's correct, and then I use a PMV rotor, and I get these from Andy Walpaw in Chicago. He's my supplier for a lot of my feed and the vaccine, so I get it from him. I do shoot the PMV rotor when they get here, and I do it on the neck. I know there's a lot of ways to do it. Some people do it, by the leg. I'm more comfortable this way, on the neck, and I just 0.3 real quick, and then I also use the lice or parasite drop, 2 drops to the back of the neck. There's a lot of products out there that's good. This one is by AvianBioTech. I'm sorry, I just lost my mind of thought here. I get it from Pigeon Plus from Dennis Kuhn. And normally I just get 2 more drops I just put 2 drops on the back of the net, or almost anywhere you want, but the back of the neck I like to put it on there. And then once I do that, I'll go into Pydex. I won't do these now, but normally I'll go into Pydex, enter the bird's band number, and couple the bands on the birds, and make sure they're in the system. and then I just put them over here in the cage here. Make sure they get a good drink, especially when they get shipped here. A lot of the local guys, they stay here for just half a day now. But if a bird's shipped here, I'll leave them in there for maybe a day or two. Make sure I see them drinking and eating, and then I know that they can. Once they get in the loft, they know what they're doing. So they just stay in there for a couple of days, you know, eat and drink, and then
just like these guys.
Yeah,
right
these
here?
guys are. These are from out of area. No, actually, these are from Tom Fremont. So I had some that was from out of area. They stayed in here for a couple of days already. You know, the dropping was good. They were eating good, so I took them. Took them to the loft already.
Okay.
So
okay, and now I was surprised. I'm like, dang, you got a lot of bears when I walked in here.
Yes, I got 3 pallets of feed here. These are the Sportlight race mix. Sportlight, the Galaxy Sportlight. I'm using those, and I also have a Gabby mix here from Bayers, Gabby Vandelbo mix. It's a lighter mix. I'll be using the Sportlight with this, you know, at a 50-50 ration. So, and then back there's the breeding mix. I just got that shipped in yesterday, and so I'm using that now for the young birds, just to, you know, when they're just sitting in the loft. I'm using that now. So,
okay.
yeah, and that's about all the feed I have over here. You know, this little fridge is where, you know, I do have one beer, but
hey.
yeah, but these are all where all my vaccines are.
Nice.
The PMV Rota, and I do have the other vaccine from Dr. Bolta. This is the new strain of vaccine, but I haven't used that yet. I will be using these, you know, maybe next year, because I was more comfortable using these. These are the new strain, that Pakistani strain PMV vaccine. So I haven't used that yet, but I'm using the PMV Rota. And this is all my grit for the race birds, for all the birds actually. It's a good grit, good mixture of it, real clean. It's Giovanni is one of the best, but this is pretty good too. You know, it's got the round pig mineral shells, you name it, little Hmong beans, I think they were called.
Yep.
So, but not too much of any other seed. You know, it's just mostly grit. There's some safflower here and there, but it's pretty good. I like it. You know. So,
now, could anybody get these two, or these has to be?
Well, I'm pretty sure you can probably call Andy, and you know, you pay, you know, the cost of getting it shipped to your place. I'm sure he probably will do that. You know, when I get my feed, I get it in bulk, right?
Okay.
So they all come together, and it's easier that way for him. I know, you know, sending as a pallet out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're dealing with a bag here, a bucket here, you know, to some it might be like, oh, that's too much work for a bucket or whatever. But
okay.
maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Also got in some Bayers grit and minerals. These mineral mix, it's not for the race birds. These are for my own personal breeders.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will use some of this
multi-mix.
Yep, multi-mix for the race birds, along with the other grit that I get from Annie over there. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I like to get some Giovanni too. You know, I like to give them all kinds of grit that I can, right? Any kind of grit that's good, I want to get it. I want to get it all. You know?
Okay.
So, and then yeah, these products here, these are from Dr. Bolta. And then if you guys don't know Dr. Bolta, he used to be the main veterinarian or supplier for the South African $1 million race when they were, you know, when they had the race there. He was the guy that supplied them with all the their medication program or whatnot. But this year, Dr. Bolta, it used to be called MedPet, but it's now called AvianBioTech. I'm really fortunate for him and Dennis Kuhn from Pigeon Plus to sponsor Minnesota Classic. So I got a line of their products, right? So anything from and a lot of this stuff is anything from medicine to natural immune builder to oils to you know, you name it. I got the whole line of product here, and I'm using that on the race birds this year here at the Loft. And you know, I like it so far. You know, this rotostop here, it's not even an antibiotic thing. It's just a natural remedy to kind of prevent, right, young bird sicknesses or whatnot. So I got, and I used tons of that already for the one-off birds. I had to get more from Pigeon Plus.
Wow.
Thank you, Dennis. You know, these are more for these are all medication, right? Warm outs, respiratory, canker, immune boost. That's just, you know, you can put that on the feed. And a lot of the stuff I put on feed, I like to go on the feed better. And I also got like warm out tablets, Coxy and warm out tablets. When the birds are molting, you know, it's a biomolt. It's all natural stuff. You know, there's no, it's all vitamins, right? It's not anything that's antibiotic. So.
And you said Dennis Kuhn carries this too?
Yeah, Dennis Kuhn's, yeah, he carries a whole line of the AvianBioTech. So anybody can go on pigeon5plus.com, or I think he's got a Facebook page as well. You can always message him, and he runs through the city a lot. He'll come up here and bring you whatever you need if you're a local guy. But yeah, he'll bring it up. Just tell him you want this and this, and he'll grab it and he'll come up. So
okay, I'll put that in the descriptions below too then. So
yep.
You guys want to get the website, it'll be down there.
Yeah, I mean, besides that stuff, you know, I do use other products that I like. When I was club racing, I you know, there's stuff from Run Fried I like, there's stuff from Bayers I like, you know. So, but in order for any product or any program to work, you have to follow it to the T, right?
Yep.
That's the only way you're gonna find out something works. You know, if you, one day you're gonna just do this, and then the next day you go off and you don't follow what they recommend you doing, you don't know if it's gonna work.
Right.
So, Dr. Botha and Dennis had gave me, you know, it was like a 10-week program, you know. So I just gotta follow it, you know, and evaluate, you know, what I like, what I don't like, you know. So it's we're kind of helping each other out too. And I think AvianBioTech, I could be wrong, but I think this year Florida Derby is also they're also sponsoring Florida Derby too, I think, in their in their program. So from a small one loft like mine to a big one loft like Florida Derby, you know, it's just a good way to test your product, your program, right? So, but you gotta follow it to a T, you know what I mean? And then see if it works.
Nice.
So,
okay. Okay. Well, guys, your birds are being taken care of by Shang.
Doing the best that we can. Like,
yes.
More like we want to do the best to have the birds a chance to, you know, develop well, have a good immune system, good feed, good minerals, clean water. You name it, we're trying to do everything that we can here to make sure that your birds are taken care of. That's your investment.
Yep.
So, you know, just want to make sure you're well taken care of, you know. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Shang, thank you again for having me over again.
Oh, thanks. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yes,
so.
sir. And if you haven't seen one of my videos in the past, my Bayers feed video, Shang's also a guy here in Minnesota that used to distribute Bayers, but he's not doing it anymore. But the pigeons here, they get Bayers.
Correct.
Yep. All right. So self-intro, Shang. Who are you? Tell the world.
Well, my name is Shang Vang. You know, been flying pigeons since '97. Wow. I took I flew for like 2 years, and I took a break, went back to school because I was married young with 2 kids. So I took it was a long break. You know, I didn't think about getting back into pigeons at all. But, you know, I went to go visit my old friend or my mentor, and then I was like, hey, can I just go see the birds? And I went to go see the birds, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some home. So I got back into it in 2013. Yep, 2013. And then I started club racing in St. Paul, and I did that in St. Paul for 5 years, 6 years. and then in 2019 is where I moved here, where we are now, Google.
Okay.
So, you know, ever since 2020 until 23, then I raced out of, you know, this loft here, and then I decided to do the one loft. So, yeah.
So why did you decide to do one off now? Now that you've been racing for sometimes on the club level.
Well, you know, you go through things in life, right? You know, I've been a technician for 25 years. You know, we had the family restaurant for 10, 11 years now. And I was doing the restaurant, you know, it was more my brother's passion as far as the restaurant goes. And so I quit my full-time, you know, technician job, and I went into the restaurant to help him out, worked there for a while, but over time it's like, man, that's not me. You know, I like it, but it's not what I want to do as far as long-term, you know. So, and racing pigeons always, you know, even when you're working a full-time job, you know, running the restaurant full-time, you know, pigeon was still there for me, right? You know, you do all that pigeon stuff and you go to work, right? You come back home, you're with the pigeon. So, and I said, you know, a bunch of friends locally here, we talked about, you know, kicking around like, hey, you should start at one off, and no, you should, you know, it's kind of banging for a start one, you know, you can do it. So it was kind of a little push, you know, a little idea, you know, probably 2 years ago, right? But I think it came to a point in my life where I said, you know, I want to do something I'm good at, or I love doing, and to make that a living and help, you know, financially support, you know, obviously your family, right? I mean, yes, you know, it's a job and you do it because the money's there, but then again, you're doing something that you love to do, right? So it's, you know, you got to. You only have one life, you got to do it. You know, if you don't,
right?
Yeah, you know, if you don't do it, it's like, I wish when I could have done that and experienced it, you know. So, you know, money's not everything. I think living life to its full potential and not having no regrets when you're gone, I think that's the best way to kind of explain why I did this, is because, you know, we club race, it's fun with the guys, the camaraderie and stuff like that, but, you know, I think it's time to say, hey, you know, if I really want to get serious and do this, you know, some people enter in Wall as a business, right? Say, you know, say Gannis does that because that's his passion, and he makes a living off of that, you know, and I can't because I'm not that good, but I can actually, you know, host a race and you know, make a living off of that and still enjoy the birds and do what I want to do. So,
yes, sir.
Yes.
So, what's Minnesota Classic one-off? Tell me about it, perch fees, entry fees, all that stuff.
Yep. So, Minnesota Classic and one-off, you know, this is our first year, 2024. Perch fee is $125 a bird. Anything over 500 and anything over 5 birds is $100, right? And the activation fee is $300. It'll be at the 125 miles station, the first one, and that will be also included as part of the average speed, you know, calculation for all the races. So
okay, so activation race is part of the average speed calculation.
Yep. And it's, you know, it's a short, you know, some people have 5, 6, you know, races in their program. I only did 4. For one, I think our weather up here, or just how thing goes in, you know, we're so far up north. You know, I think the only one that's as north as we are is probably Crooked River.
Crooked River.
Yeah, I mean, they're, you know, I mean, so, you know, we don't have that time frame of, say, the Texas have, or California or Florida, right? I mean, we got
Crooked and Apple Cup.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we got to be done by October.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hence, you know, why the full race series only.
Okay.
If I got to do that, it's like if I do another race within, you know, say if I do a 5 race series, it's either for one I got to take further than earlier, or, you know, we're pushing, you know, to mid-October, and I don't want to do that because, as you know, in Minnesota, we had, you know, our 300 races one year, we'll have the Midwest, right? We had snow, sleet, sun in one day, right?
2020 Midwest Convention.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was horrible up here. I mean, I had guys up here, and they were all cut up, and after a couple hours of sitting out there, they ran all inside, right? It was snowing. So, and I just don't want to do that to breeders. Okay. You know, they're their money, their birds. So, that's why the shorter race series.
Okay. So what do we have? You said the first one's the 125.
Yep, the 125, and then after that's the 150, and then a lot of races go 50. I'm going 100, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going 125, 150, 250, and then the final 350.
Okay, so you jump the hundreds. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you took care of the birds right and gave them, what they need when you're training, you got to train hard, feed hard, right? But I think if you do that, they can do it.
Okay.
So, and I think it was your federation, right? You guys had
Yep, we had the jump.
Yeah, you guys had that triple crown in a week.
Yep.
Yeah, 100, 200, 300.
Yo.
I mean, it took a toll on the birds, yes, but I think they can do it.
Yeah. That was in 7 days. You'll be week after week, so you got time to train, recover the birds.
Train, recover, and let them regroup. So I think that's the best way I can do it.
Okay. Yep. And so with that being said, are you shooting to be a month of September race series?
As of right now, I was hoping that both the combines here in Minnesota was gonna go, end their season like the same weekend, so I can go the other weekend.
Okay.
But I found out that the federation is end of September.
Oh.
And I think the concourse is the first weekend in October. So I'm screwed either way, right?
Okay.
But I could probably pick a different day to release the birds.
Okay.
So I don't want to have conflict of their birds come in, mine's coming too. Kind of have a bigger impact of what's going to happen to my birds, So, but right now I'm shooting for the end of September. Okay, but it might get pushed off that following weekend, which is like the first weekend of October.
Okay. Yeah. So that means, would that be say you're flying the South course to Iowa, Missouri?
Yep. Okay. Iowa, Missouri. I think don't quote me, but the town it's in Missouri. I just don't remember the town.
Okay.
I still gotta drive to my station and grab the coordinates so I can input it to benzene. So I haven't done that yet. Pretty soon here I'll have to make that road trip and do it. So,
and tell us about this course. This South course.
Man, you fly it too, and we've been flying it for years. Minnesota, we don't have valleys, we don't have hills, we don't have mountains. We have fields, flats. Once you get into that Iowa portion, you'll get rolling hills, prairie-wise. But I think, a lot of fans, breeders did ask me what are our speeds here, right? Our yards per minute, And I did it the last 5 years, just on the 300-mile race, though. We're averaging, it's pretty high. We're averaging high 16, 17. But, we have years where the Midwest conventions, Purple Heart races, they were tough. Yep. But on an average, it's a faster race. It's predominantly, southwest winds. But when October hits, late in the season, the fall season gets here, that northern wind can kick in, and we can get headwinds too. So, but it's predominantly a faster. But we'll see. If the breeder decide, hey, it was, too fast or whatever, I got other options. I can go to northwest course, and change it up too. So.
Okay. Well, I know. With you flying in the past with the Twin City Concourse, you guys flew the round robin, so you're familiar with the South, the Southwest, and Northwest courses.
Yes. Yeah. I think Northwest is not too bad. That course is actually, a lot of the spots there is wide open, because once you start getting North Dakota that way, I mean, you're talking just farmland.
Yeah.
Right? So you got more better release spots. But there's, every course got a bad spot. That's just how it is. So, but we'll see. We'll see the course, fly the South course, and we'll see what the breeders think, and they can always. I'll take a poll. You guys like it? Maybe I want harder or whatever, and go from there. So we could always change it up, but.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So from the Minnesota Classic, what do you want out of this? You as the owner, as the handler, what do you want out of the one Loft here?
Well, honestly, besides it being my job and making a living off of it, I just want to offer kind of like my sense of professionalism or passion that maybe I can, it's hard to kind of give it to somebody when they want to take something, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to at least show them your talent, see how good you are. I want to, you want to succeed and make things bigger and better, but at the same time, I want to show them that, hey, this is something that I love doing, and I just want to, show them my talent and say, hey, express what I can do, and hopefully they're happy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sky's the limit, but I gotta take it slow and see where it takes me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Shane. Then how about for the viewers and the fans who support you? What do you want them to get out of the Minnesota Classic?
Oh, I want them just to have, I've been to so many big one-off races, and I see the, meeting new people, making friends, trying to find the right recipe for that race, right one-off, right,
okay.
to kind of position yourself better and get better at understanding. So for me, I want breeders that send birds here just to get a taste of what Minnesota is, because we don't have, we don't have the 10 one-off races in our state. Right?
Yeah.
We only have one, so and even come up here and we got one of the biggest malls here. So kind of get that Minnesota feel, like okay. What do they have there?
Right.
I mean, plenty of fishing lakes. So but
land of the 10,000 lakes. Okay,
yeah.
Minnesota.
So I want them to kind of experience, racing, or at least entering birds in a different region, different part of the, country here, and say, okay, my bird's done good in the south. I want to see if they could do it, up north here, and get that experience. And on top of that, I just want them to kind of experience, up here we got younger crowds, right? It's people our age, younger guys. So they'll see that too once they come to the final race. They'll get to experience all cultural food. I'm gonna serve some of that, so that'd be part of this the Minnesota thing, and take it from there.
Okay.
So.
And then this part here, I'm gonna kind of say in our native tongue, Hmong. That Shang nói đó Shang kia lu chờ Shang Guo nè, khu Minnesota Classic. Giờ này cho Hmong bao cho Guo sẽ Shang nó Shang nó ya tu này cho tu Guo cho Guo sẽ Shang nè. Thì Shang nó mà ít khó mà ya de Shang cho đồ Shang theo Shang kia cả khi lu chờ nó bé sang Guo nó có rồi. Shang bé chả Hmong mua bé chả lên rồi này hay chỉ là to là dùng Guo sẽ thế mà sa chỉ sẽ Guo ya bỏ hai cái我做到成天要到那识得好，开路路 business 啦，开路就我是成啦，都被识得都被就蒙，然後路難的所以呢，睇，嘅古一包定古一包啊，被對就蒙就我是成啲時候就蒙用我，古一包呢三我都落邊攞聽呢，嘅我做呢睇古一啥古睇成日都那個呀，就我是成被啥個啊，被抽好họ trong cái sự nó đó, chỉ là mình cả thế số sự là bây giờ mong là những gì cứ hết đấy, thì ít là lỗ trong sinh thế sinh cơ chứ.
Yeah, it's
bắt tụ qua này nè.
Yeah, thế nhưng mà cho rồi đó mong là lý do thế, nếu bắt thâu thế, bằng cả họ nói thế, because nhưng mà like yeah, cái hay một there's a lot of backyard guys, right?
Yep.
So cũng khi họ nói nên cũng như bỏ lỡ thì trong tôi thế đó, so that's a good thing, you know what I mean? So.
Yep. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for everyone who's been coming up and supporting here too. I know a lot of our local guys. We have a big population of the Hmong community here in Minnesota. So a lot of the backyarders, like Shane just mentioned, are sending birds up here as well.
Right.
And they've never flown a pigeon or raced a pigeon. Right. They just have birds in the backyard. So this is a perfect opportunity for that part of the pigeon community to test out the birds and see what they got.
And I think that's, kind of spreading the word about pigeon racing too, because, there's a lot of guys that have pigeons, good pigeons. Mm-hmm. I mean, they come in, they feel awesome, Mm-hmm. So, that's one thing you can do is kind of pass that pigeon sport hobby along, right? And so it can grow, because think, you know, some people say, oh, one off is ruining the sport. No, it's not. You know, it's actually making other people come out that you've never even heard of. Right. So it's just like my race example is, I would tell you probably 30% of these guys don't club fly, but they have birds in their backyards. They want to try them, right? So now it's just getting bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, club racing is fun. You know, but you need both of them, you know, to make the sport be where it is today and make it bigger. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Shay. That's for me. That's touching too. Yeah. Because like I said, you're Hmong, I'm Hmong. We're here in Minnesota. Has the most, you know, highest population of the Hmong community as well. Right. And we're also reaching out. You're reaching out to a lot of the other guys around the country too. Right. That wants to test out the pigeons.
Yes. It helps. Anything helps. You know what I mean? They're little things. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Now for the one loft, what's your plan throughout the season? Now you're just intaking birds right now.
Yeah. So right now, you know, we started intaking birds the 26th of February. My end date is the end of April, but May 15th is the last day for replacement. But you know, I'll still be accepting birds up until then. Okay. Right now they're just, you know, in the loft. You know, just being in the net. I haven't let them out yet, just because, you know, getting so many birds at different times. You know, I could let one group out, but then, you know, I can't really trap train the other guys because just how my loft is set up, right? Okay. So I think the net was the best idea that I had, because I did use it for my club birds as well. And normally I don't mess with my young birds until the first race of young over starts, right? And that's in May anyway. Okay. So my birds sit in the net until May, and then I let them out, you know, and they do fine. You know, they'll settle good. So, you know, the plan now is just to have, because they're on a light system, 24 hours of light. The 9th and 10th is cut about a week and a half ago. So I'll be pulling them this weekend. Okay. I'll be pulling 9th and 10th this weekend. The late ones that come, you know, if, say for instance, you brought me a young bird and the wing hasn't molted yet, so I probably won't touch it. Okay. Because they're not going to get to that 9th and 10th. Okay. So it's not going to be a big, you know, problem for them. So right now it's just, you know, trap training. In May they're going to be shut down for a month, give or take, and then after that I'll let them out and just kind of loft fly, or kind of, you know, the net is gone, right? So let them explore a little bit. Okay. So I'm just letting them be pigeons, you know, let them pick on the gravel, you know, do what they gotta do, get comfortable. And I can see when they get spooked, they go on a landing board. They get spooked, they go on a landing board, right? Yeah. So now the landing board is their best friend. You know, I mean, that's a safe place for them, right? So that's the timeline there, and then I won't start training until, I'm gonna say, because my first race is in the weekend before Dove-Volker. That's like the last weekend in August. So I probably won't start training till, we'll see how they do, but my plan is maybe mid-July or early August. Okay. So probably mid-July. I mean, if they're routing good, you know, once I get them out there and I see that they're routing good and they're doing great around the loft, you know, they're gone for an hour or so, you know, it could be earlier than that, you know. Okay. So they're gonna tell me when they're ready. Okay. You know, I mean, I don't want to push, you know, and say, hey, you gotta go, right? Yeah. So they'll tell me when they're ready, and then once they're, you know, they're flying good, I'll start training them. So okay. Once the races start, they will be going at a minimum 3 times a week. Okay. You know, you know how we do it. We love road training, right? Yeah, we like to just go down the road and train. You know, so anywhere from 60. For me, I like to go 60 to 80, 90 miles. Okay. You know, 3 times a week, right? If I could, I like to go 3 times a week. It's important just to get into that rhythm. You know, some people don't like to train as much. That's fine. You know, you have to do what works for you. I gotta do what I know what's gonna work for me. So they'll be going about 3 times a week. Okay. You know, every week. Okay. At a minimum. So. That's good. 3 times a week. Yeah. A lot of the one lofts, they do 3 times a week too. Right. Yeah. Right. So that's good. Yeah. So. Okay. And then we'll see how it goes. Now, you are planning to host event here on the final races? Yeah. Well? You know, everybody is welcome to come, even if I'm training. You know, and you're a breeder and you want to say, hey, see them come on train toss. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But every race, you know, anybody can come. I won't have the big, you know, full out buffet for you guys, but I'll have beverages and little snacks here and there for you guys to kind of enjoy it. But yeah, the final race, I am having my sister. She's got a catering business.
Okay.
It's called Craving Asian.
Okay.
Right? So I'll have her come and cater her authentic, you know, Asian food for us. I probably will have Firebox maybe give us some briskets to have too. So we'll see, but it's still in the works. It's a long ways apart. Okay. I'm gonna have a buddy of mine, Javier Perez. Everybody knows him. Yeah. He's got two restaurant, you know, Las Margaritas, and I'm gonna have him come with regular margaritas. So we'll have good food, good beverage, good company. This, you know, hopefully everybody. I hope all the breeders can come.
Okay.
So it'll be
and
fun.
that day will be more to come later throughout the year.
Yeah.
And Shang, what are your future plans for Minnesota Classic?
Man, I can't foresee what's gonna happen 10 years from now, but at least I'd say 5 years from now, I want to obviously be successful at what I'm doing. Right? I gotta learn. You know, everything's a learning process. You know, you always gotta learn from mistakes, and you gotta make mistakes. You have to, otherwise you're not gonna learn.
Yep.
But I want to be, you know, I want to host a bigger race, right? A fun event, you know, and have a different, you know, atmosphere to it, you know. But you know, we're still working on things. You know, Tony's been helping me a lot too. So, you know, Tony's got good ideas. You know, he's really good at reaching out. He's got a lot more Pigeon fancier friends than I do. You know, but you know, doing the one law, I think you meet new people. You make new friends, right? Yeah. I mean, that's how I got to know a lot of these Pigeon friends, is because, you know, being to one event, you see them again, and you just, you know, your friend list just grows. Yeah. So I want to have, you know, a bigger, you know, like a bigger one law. Right? Okay. That is the goal. Okay. I mean, but I have to always be considered like, hey, how much can I handle too, right? I don't want to overdo something that I can't handle myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I want to do something where, you know, get the numbers where it's okay, this is a comfortable number for me. And if it gets bigger, I have to get more help. You know, but I want to, you know, I want to be the Cuevas, you know, like, you know, so, you know, but you know, not to say that I'm as good. I know I'm not, but you know, I want to have you know, I want to see birds. You know, I love birds flying, right? So I want to see, you know, 1,000 birds. You know, so that's the goal anyway. I'm not shooting to the moon and say, hey, I want 5,000, 6,000 birds. I don't, you know, but we'll see how it goes. You know?
Take baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. Baby steps. Right?
Sure.
Yep.
And then, Shang, any last words for the viewers or for the breeders?
You know, being my first year hosting a one law race, I didn't know where we were gonna end up. Right? I didn't know if we were gonna get 50 birds or 200 birds. You know, but you know, I think roughly right now we have 270 in the loft. There's gonna be some more coming yet because I'm getting calls from guys still. You know, I'll be close to that 280, 290, maybe 300. So, you know, I appreciate you guys supporting me and making me like part of, you know, your selection for setting birds in one loft, and I hope you continue to do so. And I know it's towards the end of the season already, but you know, if you want to, you know, be part of the Minnesota Classic, then hopefully you can put me on your list for next year and consider just sending a couple birds in, and I'll do my best. And you know, we're not perfect, but you know, if you guys see me doing anything, hey, what are you doing, or whatever, you know, I'm open to suggestions or just even criticism. You know, you can't learn without it. You know, so I appreciate all the breeders that sent birds here already. So.
Okay. And then you can also follow Shang on the Minnesota Classic One Loft Race on Facebook. Are you okay with people contacting you, calling you as well?
Yep, yep. They can call me, my cell at 651-442-3123. And then like Chuhu said, you know, there's a Facebook page, Minnesota Classic on Facebook. You can message me there. So it's not a big deal. I'm taking phone calls all the time, text messages all the time too. So I like to see what or hear what they want out of me, and I gotta just tell them what they want. So yep, all right, that's fine with me.
Shay,
yeah,
hey, thanks again, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah. I'm actually happy. There's another one Loft closer to home, another
right.
one in Minnesota.
Yeah,
so.
I tell people it's like, man, you won one Loft race, right? I never won. I don't know how it feels.
Oh,
but for me to hand out a first place to somebody, I get to experience that guy's feeling, and I know, okay, that's how it feels, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can give to the winners or somebody else that never won anything. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing, to have something in Minnesota. There's so many young fanciers here that, I think it's gonna get bigger here. I mean, there's so many young guys here. So
cool.
We'll see. Yep.
All right, I appreciate your time, Shang. Thanks again, man. Woo!
All right.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So I like to thank everybody that was viewing. I like to thank Chuhu for coming by and doing this little video, or not documentary, little video on me. But if you haven't, please like, subscribe, and share Chuhu's YouTube channel, Seven Child Brothers Loft. He's got tons of good information, even for beginners to even novice. Anything pigeons on there, I watch it too. So please go on there, like, subscribe, and share his YouTube channel. All right. So I want to thank everybody and enjoy the rest of 2024. Thank you.